This video I'll be talking about what years of extreme isolation has done to me. If you're new here, my name is Jay. I know you might not know who I am. I'm going to be as transparent as I can in this video and just be honest. I'm not saying this lightly. I only really have a few friends that I'm actually close with. And the thing is, this is not self-inflicted. I don't just do this just because I want to. I can't really connect with anybody these days, or 90% of people. I've never gone to any parties. I've never done anything fun, quote unquote, my age, drank. Any forms of instant gratification I've never done. I've just been alone for a big part of the last couple years. But even if you're not dealing with loneliness or isolation, I feel like this video will still be beneficial to you, because I'm going to talk about what it really means. I know a lot of us, the idea of Sonder, how all of us are living our own lives. And if you're watching this, you're probably dealing with some form of loneliness as well. I think everyone has at some points in their life, but I don't know. To start off, I don't know if it's just me, but it's just so hard to connect to people these days. Everything is digital now. Everything is just on social media. So 90% of the time, people's connections are texting others or sending snaps to each other or DMing each other on Instagram. Nothing's real anymore. Aside from that whole thing, people have, maybe this is just me and we all have our own situations, but I just can't connect to barely anybody. I've talked to so many people, I know a lot of people, but there's always a gap. There's just a connection I just can't have. I don't know, I'm constantly trying to be the best version of myself, and in doing so, I guess it's separated me from a lot of people. That doesn't mean I'm above anybody, but I think it means that a lot of people say it's a lonely path to success, right? And loneliness is probably one of the biggest things that affect males, females, anybody young these days, because it's so hard to connect to others. That's why so many people are online now looking for people to connect to find others around the world, because we're all in our own environments, and sometimes we're given a bad hand of people around us. I don't know, I feel like so much people my age just these days just follow the crowd. They're not even their own people in a sense, because they just want to fit in with others. They don't want to be alone, because to be alone is to separate yourself from everyone else, regardless of whatever situation you're in. I'm going to start off by saying being alone is not that bad sometimes. I've been basically isolated for a long time, and I've evolved as a person. I've become so much better. I've had time to focus on myself, no distractions, no anything, while people my age are partying, not taking advantage of their time, not living in the present moment. I live by the philosophy our community does, Carpe Diem, seize the day. Take advantage of the present moment now. And I definitely think, which kind of contradicts this video, because if I'm so isolated, why don't I just start going up and talking to people? I've tried, and I do it all the time, and I won't stop. But I've done it so many times, and I've never found anybody I can actually connect with deeply. I only have a few close friends. I have 4 or 5 friends that I trust. That's it. There's nobody else I really connect with like that. And it's just loneliness. I've dealt with a lot of low moments where I've just felt alone and literally a sense of emptiness. I don't know how to explain it. It's so off when everyone your age is doing something different, hanging out with a specific crowd, on the surface seeming like you feel so behind. But I don't think that's the case, which goes back to my argument that loneliness is not always a bad thing. A lot of you watching this might be lonely right now, might be alone, might sit in your room all day, I don't know, might not talk to others. And I've realized to begin, that's alright. There's nothing wrong with this inherently. I think one of the biggest points is the fact that, like I said, everyone's attached to their phones. We all are, to be honest, but some are worse than others, in the sense that nobody is actually willing to connect with others. Nobody knows how to talk anymore. Everyone's just glued to their phones, texting, everything's virtual, everything's fake. Nothing is real anymore. Relationships have become commodified, have become monetized for money. You have these dating apps now where you just paired with someone random and all this human connection is just fake. I don't know, just everything. I feel like we're living in some dystopian reality. And this is why I feel so isolated, because I can't connect with others, because all of them, and the thing is, there are people, so many like me, but not in my environment inherently, which is why our community has helped us connect to so many people. The amount of people I've connected with in PDT is insane. I think that's the benefit of social media, but getting too attached is the issue. I feel like YouTube is a valid way of connection because we're actually here learning off of each other, not parasocially connected, which some are, but actually learning, evolving as people, sharing our experiences and growing off of each other. How can we improve? That's the best technological way to actually use it. But what Snapchat does and Instagram and all this turns it into money, turns it into a way for them to profit. And most importantly, ruins the real human connection. Nothing feels real anymore. I don't know if this is just me or if I'm going insane. Everyone's on their phones, everyone's addicted. It just feels like I'm isolated, and that's why. This is one of the biggest reasons. I'm not saying I'm above anybody, but nobody's willing to connect with others anymore. They're always, even by the means of which other people connect with each other now. The algorithms has really just become their life, just become their minds. So that's been one of the main reasons why I've been isolated. Like I said, I've never went to any parties. I've never done anything that's considered this generation fun, right? To me, I feel like my best moments have been in solitude. There's a huge difference between loneliness and solitude that I didn't really mention. Sometimes I'm really in solitude, while other times I'm really feeling loneliness. Solitude is a fully chosen fact that you are alone for your own benefit, for your own self-growth, to improve as a person. Loneliness is involuntary. It's not by choice. And sometimes I'm always fighting between these two. I think if you're watching this and you're wondering how to overcome this, it's never too late to find at least one close person that you can find. I feel like just having a close inner circle can genuinely change your life. I have this, and it's saved me through so many times in my life. And also I feel like joining communities, even I feel like if you use online technology properly, like our community, you can actually take advantage of it, non-parasocially, non-attached, and actually evolve and become a better person and feel less lonely because you know others are struggling the same way as you. Look at me. I've hit some really low moments. And it's so funny because this is one of the biggest factors of people ending themselves. We're in an epidemic today. Not many people really understand how bad it is. It's not only hard to talk to people, but it always feels like you're forcing something. Everything is just generated these days. There's always a wall. I've given myself the challenge of constantly going up to new people all the time. And I do this because it not only practices overcoming my fears, but also gives me a chance to talk to someone new and learn something new. And this has benefited me heavily. But what I'm saying is, I've still been isolated. And maybe this is just my experience, but this year I've talked to, I think, 50 to 100 people, gone up to any people, boys, girls, aliens, I don't know, anything. And it's kind of been the same thing, but thankfully, I guess out of all those, I think I found one or two people I've really messed with. So I think that's one of the main solutions. In my experience, I've seen that if you're isolated, you have to push yourself out of your comfort zone to talk to people, even if it's embarrassing. We only live once. We're gonna die at some point, can we be honest? Our time is limited. You're gonna look back on the times that you're in right now and live with regret if you don't actually take advantage of the moment and actually go up to talk to people. I feel like going up to people randomly and talking to them is one of the best things you can do at any age, because it pushes you out of your comfort zone, it makes you overcome your fears, and most importantly, it gives you a whole opportunity of meeting someone who can change your life. Anybody who can help you on whatever journey you're on. Anything. The opportunities are endless. And even though my experience, I've still been isolated, I've still been alone, it is still the greatest thing you can do. To be honest, I've never went to, or if I did, I was probably the guy standing on the side when it comes to school dances, any forms of functions, if it's not with people I really mess with. And it's so funny because I'm a content creator, and I'm probably the least social person. I know I said I go up to people a lot, but I've always been introverted naturally. I think that's a sense of fear, and that's what I've been trying to overcome the last couple of years. And still doing so, I've still been pretty isolated, pretty alone. In my experience, it's taken a toll on me at points which solitude became isolation. I fell into low moments. I lost motivation in what I was doing. I kind of became stagnant. I wasted time. I felt like my time was going by. It was like a paradox. I knew I was wasting time, but there was nothing I could have done about it. But then I started realizing, which later took me to start going up to people and doing that. Aside from the closest people I'm with, the closest people I am to is fictional characters we learn about. Those are the ones I actually mess with. But the truth is, most of them are perfect, or they're designed a specific way, while most people in the world are just products of their environment. If you're in a specific environment, almost all the people are going to be similar in their own ways because they're all the same. You are literally a product of your environment, your experiences, and everything you've been surrounded by, who you become. Putting myself in solitude has been a benefit, but also a loss, because I've lost a lot of opportunities of meeting new people and finding someone that can really help me on my journey. So this video is not only just a document and I don't want this just to be some sad video where you click on it, and I want to actually let this be a call to action, not some garbage, not some average motivational video. I don't want to end this on some negative note. I'm still going to be isolated and still going to feel alone. No. Quickly, if you've been to this point in the video, comment down below PDT forever. just so I know you're actually watching and I'm not talking to a ghost. I'm not talking to myself in the camera, you get what I'm saying? These things have really helped me in my life, so just please listen. Like I said, seize the day, but more importantly than that, our time is limited. We are going to die one day. Another Latin phrase that I live by is amor fati, which is love your fate. Regardless of what situation you're in, still be thankful for the moment and still be thankful that you're alive. I always talk about the cosmic lottery, how out of all the possible combinations of biology, you're sitting here on your laptop, on your phone, watching this video. You're alive right now. I think a lot of people don't realize that they're alive and that how crazy it is. Out of all the chances that you're here now in this time in 2026, you could have been born in the 1500s, I don't know, hunting for food or something in the thousands of years ago. You could have been a Neanderthal for all we know. So be thankful for the moment, regardless of what situation you're in. And I'm going to tell you this because this is the best thing you should take away. If you're dealing with loneliness, I'm not going to say the generic thing of you're not alone, because you aren't. There are people like you out there, millions of people in our community. So I'm not going to tell you to join a community and become attached to people, but learn from online. Except, first of all, get off of social media, get off of Instagram, TikTok. I don't consider YouTube fully social media, because if you can use YouTube to your advantage, you can't use Instagram or TikTok or Snapchat to your advantage. Those are designed to just completely melt your attention span. YouTube also has a bad algorithm, but if you find and design your algorithm so that you get videos like this and you actually learn and you find a community, even join Discords. I know people clown that, but joining Discords actually connect you with others and you can learn from people. Because if you are not surrounded by people that are like you and you feel so alone, finding some people online and just learning from them can really help you. So that's my first thing. And the most important thing is go up to people as much as possible and embarrass yourself. Embarrass yourself to your limit. I'm going to tell you this. I have embarrassed myself so much times. Like, I've gone up to people, I've stuttered, I've said a whole lot of jargon and nothing. Words that make no sense. And I don't regret it, because I know that once I go up to people, I know I've already won, because I've conquered fear. I'm one step closer to being less alone and being more connected and finding someone that I can really connect to. Regardless if out of the hundreds of people I go up to, I don't connect with, I embarrass myself, I stutter, they don't like me. I've had people that I've gone up to that I genuinely think have hated me after. I've gone up to a person once and I've talked to them once, said bye to them, next day they acted like they didn't even know me. I've had people who I've gone up to that have talked behind my back who have said, this guy's weird, I don't know. But then other people have gone up to me that are really close and saying they mess with me. Everyone has their own opinions of you, and you just don't. The biggest thing that I've learned is you just don't have to care. I know it's easier said than done, but because our time is so limited, you just have to have a realization that it doesn't matter. Who cares? It really doesn't matter. So that's my biggest thing that I've been doing recently to help my loneliness and my isolation. I kind of turn it into solitude. I hope you actually stick around with our community, because I feel like if you are alone in some sense, not even alone, if you just want to improve as a person, find somewhere where you can learn new things every day. I feel like our community is the best place. I hope you connected with some of I know a lot of people might be lonely in their own ways. A lot of people have gone through worse, but we all live our own lives. Sonder, we all live our own different separate lives. So whatever journey you're on, I hope that this video helps you in the smallest way. This is not motivation. This is a call to action. Have a good day. Stay positive. Seize the day, seize the moment. Have a good day. PDT forever. PDT for life.